So I realized that I had never made the completion video for the radiators that I put on. So here's the final product. So, as you can see, it doesn't hit. These here, I forget what they're off of. I think I got them off. I know I didn't. They're not for technically for Maico. They might have been off of Husqvarnas or KTM or something. To check, but you can see that in order to get to work. In the last video, you saw I had mounted these. And I have gone riding on this thing since then. Seems to work out pretty good still. Had no problems with it. Of course, I had to bolt these side panels on. Now these side panels do not line up with the original, so I had to get these small little brackets. It says brackets there. Now I'm going to put them on the top because I just want to make sure that the wind doesn't blow these and put pressure here. That's really the only reason I even put them on. And I also have the coolant reading. And when I went out last time, I have Evans coolant in it, and it didn't go really above 150 or so. Of course, it wasn't that hot of a day out, but yeah. So yeah, and yeah, and here said the same thing. You can see I've also recently mounted the Garmin, and I transfer these from bike to bike when it's cold out. So I rode it last time with these on it. These are Tusk, $15. So same thing on this side. Little bolt there, a little bracket that I painted the bracket black. Again, these are just rad shrouds I got off of either KTM or Husqvarnas or something. I forget what model. You can see I have it set back. Last time I rode, I didn't have any brakes, so I had to buy a new brake cable. Unfortunately, I ended up buying this here. I couldn't find one that was long enough, or just buying a rear brake, of course, since it goes to your side. So I ended up buying this front brake for a KTM 300. I just put that on and kind of wrapped it up very weirdly to get it out over here, but we'll see how it goes next time we go riding. But it looks like it should be okay. Yeah. So yeah, that's where this bike is at now. So if you did want to convert over your 86 or 85 into the newer model water cooling, you can do that just buying the new water cooling shrouds, and you can either put some brackets onto the frame or use what I did here and just put some long bracket spacers, and of course put those on. I could not get the fans on this thing though, unfortunately. So I have a whole bunch of those fans I can put on these bikes. Can't do it. I couldn't find any good space in the air box to put the battery. But with the Evans coolant, it seems to be working pretty well. So I'm not too worried about it. I'm more worried about it on two that actually put the fans on, which is the 620 and the 700. I think those ones definitely needed it. The 440, I mean, even without Evans coolant, I haven't even had a problem with that, so overheating at all, so I'm not really too worried about that bike. But yeah, the 620 and 700 definitely worry about them overheating, so they both run Evans coolant and rad fans. So that is the gist of it, of what I got here. And I can show you a few video of it riding a bit before I fix the back brake, of course, because I rode it without the back brake fixed. But that's pretty much it. Put on the new shrouds, or put on the new rads, then new gas tank, which again is the original gas tank now. The other thing I had to do was I had to make this go all the way down, unfortunately. All the way down and under. I couldn't get it between the cage up higher, just because space. Couldn't fit the tank on and stuff. I mean, it's not meant to go between there. Like in the newer ones, you can have a little smaller bridge short across. This one had to come down the tube, down and under. So I'm hoping that doesn't cause any issues with the flow, but I guess the last time I went out it seemed to be okay. So get some wide shots of it, I guess. See how it looks. So yeah, that's how the 86 500 looks now. With all the new stickers on it and everything, and a new coolant system. So yeah, I recommend at least taking a look into doing that, because it should help with any overheating problems, because I did have some overheating problems with this in the past, and I believe it's because when it gets real hot and the flow. Depends on what you're doing with it though. If you're trail riding it in single track and going in tight woods, it's probably best to have maximum coolant, maximum flow through the radiators, so that you can cool down the engine a little bit easier, and then run Evans coolant. Definitely figuring out that the Evans coolant is definitely keeping these bikes a lot cooler than regular coolant is. I did not have even any good luck with the. And a lot of people like to run this engine ice. I did not have good luck with it. That's still overheated some of my bikes. I wasn't really that impressed with that, actually. I'm way more impressed with the Evans coolant. It really does seem to keep your bike cool. Yep. So